What's up, cats? Welcome back to the channel. As you can hear, I am busy trying to get this glitch sound right for the Cyberpunk music that I'm busy creating. As you might know, I show up here every day and make Creative Commons music templates and packs, and I give a lot of them away. So check out the link in the description if you want some of these packs that you can edit yourself and basically do what you like with. Use them in your videos, use them in your games. No copyright flags, no missing samples or VSTs. Welcome to the channel. Okay, I've had a bit of a day. It's been like a headache and I didn't sleep very well, but I'm just gonna push on today as you do in these circumstances, and I hope that's all good with you. If you're hanging around today and you want to say hi, leave a comment. I always enjoy chatting to people while I work, and yeah, let's get on with it. So this is the sound specifically that I'm trying to get right. It's all over the place at the moment. I've got a lot going on here. I don't actually need to do this much processing on it, but we'll just leave it like that for now. Okay, good. So this is kind of the drop of the song. It's going to start out something like this, a little bit more downbeat than that. I've got some controller knobs over here, and when I bounce the arrangement, I will do a better job on building up like this. So it's going to be kind of a build-up, something like that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Something like that. Okay, and then we get into this part, and this thing's just not sounding right at all, to me at least. So let's fine-tune that a bit more. While I work today, you might find me dipping into the reference track, which you can't unfortunately hear. It's this clip up here. So when I do this, that means that I'm playing the reference track, and I'm trying to listen to, basically trying to copy the original tune, which is from the Cyberpunk 2077 soundtrack. So yeah, continuing with the last couple of days' work, and the goal is to put out 10 of these tracks. I've given myself a budget of 10 days per track. If you are new to the channel, check out the free stuff on Patreon. There's a link in the description, and you'll be able to download these types of template packs, complete songs, not just empty templates, actual melodies, harmonies, and patches. The last pack I did was 80s action stuff, and before that was retro boogie. So if you like that kind of nostalgic vibe, then please do go ahead and download those. Let me know what you think. Let me know what the process was, the process of downloading it, and just kind of connect basically. If you're into this channel, I'm a pretty cool dude. I'm pretty open to chatting and hanging out here. Okay, so on with it. Here we go. I like that pad. That's good. I don't think this beginning part is so good. I might be getting stuck on this now, which I do not want to do. You do not want to end up in demo-itis mode. Okay, well, let's just do blow-by-blow copying. So this one here, this patch over here, this is what I'm kind of trying to do now. Okay, you should be able to hear a polysynth being played back at a slowish rate and with a bit of a wobble on it. That's the idea here. So let's go. Rate is going to be, there we go. That's what we're doing. 1. Okay, so set to record on and get over there and check it out. Okay. 4, 1, 2. Okay, and solo, unsolo, cool. 2, 3, 4. Hey, RP, what's happening, dude? Retro plays. By the way, what program do you use? The program is called Ableton Live. It's quite a popular, I think it's one of the most popular programs for dance music, but I use it for composition. It's unique because it's got this vertical view that you can see. It's also got a horizontal view. like most other programs, music programs, but the vertical view is a good place to do the composition. You can like mix and match different patches in a grid, you know. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and record. So now it's recording this clip over here. And I'm going to play it back, instant. And there we go, instantly plays it back, which is very convenient for real time. And then we drop into, because there's just something there's something that's playing back later than it should, and I'm wondering where it's from. I think this one here needs to be disabled. Let's listen to that. Cool. I'm going to just go back to the reference track now. I know this sounds kind of repetitive, but 2, 3, 4. Cool, that's it, yeah. And this we actually want to start a little bit earlier so that we can get the effect of this thing cutting off. Like really just cutting off. See, this sounds quite abrasive, which I like. That's how it should sound. Do one more time with everything. How's the sitcom coming along? What are you up to today? We can do better than that, that's fine. And then once we've got that going, we go to this. I want this to start sooner. Start it sooner. No, it's starting too late. Why is that? There's an envelope on it. It's this one here. Oh, this is it. Amazing. So you got this control over here. Take a look at this slope over here. This is basically, you're going to find this graph on the left reacting to this slope on the right. So on the left, watch how it starts out quite high and then comes down. It goes from right to left, that's going down. And then it waits there for a while and then pops back up. So it's basically just copying the envelope. Here we go. Starts high and then goes down the slope there and then waits for a bit and then kind of jumps up. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know how long this time value is. Yeah, but there you can see it is reacting. So that's pretty cool. Right. I like this idea of one long piece, one long clip being triggered, because in the past what I would do is divide this into 4 maybe, and it robs the tune of a bit of tension. You want it to like go on a bit, you know. And then now is an appropriate time to start again. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that can be one iteration, so to speak. Let's keep on listening to the reference track. That's where all of my joy is coming from. Let's listen to the intro again. Okay, the kick's not right. The bass is... interesting, but not quite right. That's the deal. Okay, let's beef up the beat a little bit here. So that's a cool sound. Why is it being triggered? Okay, we'll just get that in there as one or two little pieces. Let's get that in there as just a kick here, as a click, sorry. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So much rhythm you could do. 2, 3, 4, 1, 3. Okay. Okay, duplicate that. I liked what just happened there. There was a sub kick at the end of the rhythm. So let's go and find that sub kick we liked. I know where it is. It's right under the trap kit. This vibe over here. And it's on. I like that too, what I just did now. Okay, anyway, let's focus. I'm just going to get that sub, which is over here. Cool. Oh, that's quite cool too. Okay, cool. Let's get one in right in there. That's quite cool. Just drops out momentarily. There we go. Let's hear it again. Okay, it's the right tone for this. That's what works. Cool, so we've made changes to these two over here, and I've also want this new drum to shadow that. So we've got 3 drum kits all triggering different parts. It's kind of sounding a little bit nicer than before. Okay, let's trigger this. Not sure about this part so much anymore. Let's just get it randomly triggering. Mimics it, but it doesn't overlap it. Alright, cool. Alright, cats, working on a drum beat for this particular track. I'm going to just solo out the reference again. Okay, there's a harmony. Two, three, three. Okay, so there are 2 parts to this track, and really just 2 parts. The one is a build up and the other one is a... That's this section over here I'm listening to. We actually want this to be more like quarter. just getting fine tuning going here. This one here can be actually up in transposition, so we're going to take it up to no, that's not what I wanted to do. I'm not triggering the right one now. Let's go and find it. It's this one here. Two, three, four. Okay, let us then bring a new scene into this. Okay, so I'm currently just working on some cyberpunk themed material, and I'm going to show you how we do this. We're going to loop this thing twice, but the second time round what I want is for all of the current patches to continue playing. I want a new patch to come in, which is this one here, and it's going to come in quite high, and we're going to use it as a sort of a that's it, as a tension builder. Okay, so we'll add this one in here. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. Holding this patch down, just getting a sound out. And then that should do it. So we'll start with a little bit of a bounce here. We've got track 1 going like this. This is the same sort of thing. Bring that down in space, in time. Good, and then we actually just need a really subtle sounding. About just one note. That's it. So when that drops in, we're going to do that. Just one little note. 3 4 1 1 2 3 4 1. That should go the whole time. We're still waiting for this track to end. That's 5 bars, 6 bars, 7. Hey, Hari Javala, how are you, Hari? Last time, and there. There we go, cool. Alright, let me bring you up to speed. It's been a while, how are you doing? Hope things are good with you. Nice to see you again. I'm making cyberpunk music, maybe you can hear, and it is I've been about 2 weeks into the job. My goal is to make 10 tracks, release them as templates, same as the last couple of packs I did. How are you? What's keeping you busy? Nice to see you. Here's where we are so far. This kind of pad sound, and all the time the bass is building, and we're getting louder and louder. And then we should drop into something like that. Just very tight and light sort of I couldn't get that bass to work though. Let's try it again. Hari Jawala. Hari says, do you mix your songs? Yes, I do give them a general mix. Before I export anything, I make it sound as good as I can through these headphones and KRK Rocket 5s in this room. And I used BandLab too, which is an online mastering software sort of website, a web app. And it always just makes the mixes sound more modern, better. I recommend them. So yeah, mixing, but yeah, as you can tell, I mean, sometimes I'm releasing 10 tracks in a month, so my approach is not to make hit songs that sound like the best pop music out there. My approach is to provide like a lot of different material for independent game makers who don't need like the absolute best because they don't have the budget for it. So it's like low budget and I guess lower quality than something you might get from a mix engineer that's going to cost you $100,000 to hire. Somewhere in between, you know. I'm not serving the elite, put it that way. Cool. What about you? Do you mix your tunes? And how? I mean, I'd love to hear your tricks. Look, my go-to mastering chain is here. I'll show it to you. Let me just get out of the way. I've got this multiband EQ, which in the past I map it to numbers like this: 1, 2, 3, and 4. That means with my keyboard, my left hand, I can mute and solo different bands. So take a listen to this. So I'll just the highs and just the kind of lows. Maybe I just want to hear what's going on right up at the top. Not much, which is good for this type of music. You don't want a lot of top. And that's the sort of sub. Not quite sub, but yeah, anyway, so that's a nice way of getting an idea of the different frequency bands. And then I've just got a general standard multiband compressor after that. Then I use a limiter, and then I use isotope ozone 5. You know this one. This might actually crash it. No, you might know this one. Everyone knows this one. And I use presets like CD Master or something like that. And then I do BandLab Online. And yeah, just keep an eye on the spectrum. Hardy says, yeah, I mix and master. Doing my own mixes is one of my favorite things. I'm not master at it, but it's good enough for normal people. Haha. Producers may always find something not right. Yeah, no, this is not actually about finding anyone else's approval. I try to avoid those types of conversations because it's not really, I'm not fishing in that pond, if that makes sense. Okay, I wanted to fix this bass. Let's go up a bit and just, I mean, like, yeah, honestly, I'm not fooling anybody, you know. I'm like a 40-year-old family man. I've just happened to have an hour a day for this type of thing. So let's not get too caught up in our egos, you know. There we go, that's nice. Harry says, do you put this chain on while producing? No, that's important to me and a good question. Check this out. So yeah, sorry, half of it I do put on. So for example, the multiband EQ and all the compressors I keep on, but ozone I don't put on. I want to hear how it sounds without ozone, because when I release these template packs, then I usually delete ozone. And the reason for that is I don't want producers, Ableton users, to open up the project and then not have access to VSTs. So my projects that I release, all of my templates are completely portable. They don't have missing VSTs or samples. That's why I don't mix with ozone. I do use it when I bounce out my master track, just to make it sound nice. And also because people do use these tracks in their videos and stuff. So I decided to make it as good as possible as a master track, but then when they open up their Ableton project, they shouldn't feel like, oh no, I don't have the software, I don't have enough stuff to make it sound good. The idea is that you have access to the project so that you can mix it however you like. Why stuck on Ozone 5? To be honest, I don't really have the time to keep up to date. I just figure out something what works. I'm also not pushing it too hard. I'm not, using the newest features or whatever. I think it's better to just bounce out something and then use, like, for example, BandLab or some online mastering, which is going to do all that hard work for you anyway, You don't really need to keep up to date like that. I know that like Ozone 9 is out, but a lot of that stuff is not really that much of an improvement, to be honest. It's like, people still stuck on Windows 7. Like, the only reason you have to upgrade really is because Windows forces you to. The equipment manufacturers and the VST manufacturers want you to upgrade. So Ozone doesn't really force you to upgrade, but they do make you feel like you need to, and that's I don't know, that's how the game's played. But, you know, if you're smart, you don't have to play that game. You can just kind of do the best you can with what you've got, basically. Okay, cool. Okay, let's just do a bounce of this. I'm spending way too much time on this one section, and that's when you get demo-itis. You get stuck on one section and you seem to fall in love with it. Okay, let's take out that kick. Alright, and we're also I'll do some automation in arrangement view. Yeah. What do you use for your mastering stuff, man? Okay, recording now in arrangement view. Here we go. I'm actually going to wait for this bass to chill out a bit before I go into it. 5, 6, 7, 8. Trigger the pad. Start the fade up of the bass. 11. 12, 13, 14, we're going to 16 bars. You with me? All the way. 16, 2, 3, 4. That's what we wanted, something like that. Still recording. I'm going to bounce that to 1. Let this thing play out for a bit. I've screwed up the kick volume, but don't worry, we'll fix that now. And to the next one. Whoa, almost sleeping there. And here comes the pad. You can't hear it, but I'll fix the volume now. The kick's too low. Cool. And stop. That's what we got so far. So I just wanted to get an idea of the arrangement, really. Okay, so now let's take a listen back to that. I'm going to save that. I want the bass to actually be not on for this first section. It just has got to be all built up. So this is kind of what we're doing here. There we go. That must be duplicated. The pad and the bass, and you should see some automation in the bass. Here we go, here it is. Suddenly it's coming quite loud. Why did it start loud there? Hardy says it's the first EQ, which is really minimal, followed by multiband compressor, and then Urza 9, then limiter. Cool, yeah. And then Hardy says, where's that pad from? All of these devices that I'm using, I don't know what you mean by pad. Is you talking about this one maybe? This one labeled pad, the yellow one. That's an Ableton library device. It's called, take a look here, Prehistoric VHS. I am also compiling a library of Cyberpunk sounds, Ableton default sounds, and these will be released along with these packs that I'm making. So if you want to create a Cyberpunk sound, I've done the work in imitating the original Cyberpunk 2077 soundtrack. Yeah, so that's kind of the goal here. I'm just trying to work out why this bass comes in suddenly there. Why does it come in suddenly there? What, amp release? No. Something changed there and I can't figure out what it is. Oh, I know what it is. It's the fact that... I get it. Okay, I get it. The bass doesn't trigger the original MIDI midway through playback of the clip. So it only triggers it once the MIDI re-triggers, and we can fix this by just changing the length like that, yeah. Good. Now it's already playing. I don't want it to, but we'll fade it in, basically. cool. So I'm going to get a utility and just get a straightforward fade. Harry says, okay, I use FL Studio. Bummer, haha. yeah, I know, Ableton, FL. In fact, the long-term goal here is to get away from making Ableton packs and actually make game music packs for game makers. So using programs like Wise or Fmod, loops, that kind of thing. That would be even easier for game makers to like just import straight into their projects, because right now, like, it kind of requires that you know a little bit about Ableton. A lot of game makers do, but I'm aiming for people who are like kind of having a bit of fun, and that's cool. I mean, I love serving, you know, hobby producers and people like me, but at the same time, I think there's more to be made from serving game makers who are going to be actually selling their stuff. You know, not a lot of people sell music. A lot of people do sell games. Okay, so we've got a gain on this channel now. What's your goal with music, Hardy? What are you trying to achieve, you know? Bass comes up. Good. Alright, I'm going to start it a little bit before there so we get a higher start. I want it to be there. Just listening to this break one more time. I think that's just a little bit too high. Yeah, let's just take all of this stuff a little bit down. In fact, other way around, let's take it up. We're going to do a fade from there to here. Here's a cool thing about Ableton. You can do like, you can just, you don't have to draw fades as often. So you can just insert a fade, which this one's going to be a sawtooth, and I'm going to bring it over to here. Haven't figured out a way to do it without 3 points yet, but we'll get there. That comes down. Oops. There you go, nice little send-off, and we can actually go even higher on that send-off. We can go like that. 2, 3, 4. Nah, it doesn't work because it's supposed to be a hard drop there. Just getting this fade right. Okay, then if it's going to go all the way like that, then we might as well take it up here. So here we go. That's the effect we're going for, yeah. Alright, I think I've spent enough time on this intro. I'm definitely coming back to this. One thing I've learned that's different. Hey, DJ Arjun, how's it going? Did you see I checked out your channel earlier? I was quite impressed. You did that trap remix of what sounded like, what do you call it? It's Indian pop music or maybe traditional music. Very cool. I liked it. I was quite impressed. The one with the car. The thumbnail is a car. What's cooking, Arjun? I'm just chatting to Hari, who's a FL Studio producer. Yeah. Must be, where are you guys from? I don't think I asked you. Most people who tune into the stream, it's nighttime, and it sounds like you have names from South Asia, so I'm guessing you're in India, or Sri Lanka, or Bangladesh, or something. That's just my guess. This is the type of stream you watch at 9:30 p.m., which is like roughly what time it is there now. Okay, so then after the drop, Hari says, my goal is to compose music for movies and games. That's the ultimate end goal. Cool. Yeah, well, I mean, everyone's in that space. Hey? I don't really want to do that professionally because I think it's a lot of pressure and you're always fighting for your life. Apparently it's like not as cool as people make it out to be. So I'm happy just earning a salary and doing this for fun, like a side hustle. That's my goal, to have this as a successful side hustle. Ironically, DJ Arjun says, I'm from India, and sweet, India in all caps. What's up, dude? Represent. I'm from Cape Town, South Africa. Okay, so now we're going to continue with this cool beat. I think what I'm going to do going forward here is take these 3 from the arrangement mode and put them back into session mode, same as the pad and same as the darbuka, which is not really a darbuka, it's just it's just a sort of like texture patch. Alright, now we're going to start here, and what I'm trying to do now is bring a nice like next level to this piece. So the bass is at this point has to come back and make an appearance. So let's bring that bass back in with, that's not a bass, this is a bass. Hadi says, yeah, I get it. The pressure is expected for sure, and the deadlines. That's right. Yeah, I mean, look, I've been a musician my whole life, and I've played in gigs, and I've done production like this, and I've earned a little bit from it. And the whole time, I sort of had it going in parallel alongside my real life. And I think looking back, I don't regret that too much. I don't regret not making it into the full-time professional composer situation, because along the way I've met a lot of people who have made it into that situation, and none of their lives seem to match up to the hype. The hype is that you're Hans Zimmer, that you get to do what you like, you've got all the best gear, you earn millions for each soundtrack. And I don't think that role exists. I think that's a bit of a fantasy. The reality is it's a job like many others, but it's one that you probably don't hate. And that's what's different to a lot of people's other lives who fantasize about going into those types of roles. So that's just my take on it. I'm like a very realistic dude. I don't believe in I try and block out all types of advertising, and whenever you see, like, for example, job applications like exciting new opportunity, if I see words like exciting, then I run, because I know it's like they're going to try and take advantage of you. So I'm just too old to fall for a lot of these tricks nowadays. I'm trying to pass on this knowledge to younger people too. I hope I don't sound too cynical. It's not my goal. My goal is just to kind of stop people from spending their money on stuff they don't need because they think that they do, in order to obtain positions of power that don't really exist. It's better to just do what I'm doing now, just focus on what makes you happy and do it every day. Harry says, yeah, I get it. Oh, you said that already. Okay, so we're going to bring the bass at this point. What should we do? Should we do an arpeggiator? Or should we do no arpeggiator? I'm going to keep it on that one note. I'm going to just do little stabs like this. Too loud now, but I will just adjust the volume as we go. Here we go. Why is there nothing coming out now? Suddenly, as I'm recording, nothing happens. Alright. I selected something the wrong one. What's happening? Suddenly something's gone wrong. No bass. No sound. I get it. I have created a utility which fades up nicely, but then I unfortunately didn't reset the utility, so it is I get what happened there. Cool. What do you want to do? Good. Alright, Hardy says, hey, Gilp2, what's happening? Haven't seen you here before. Thanks for stopping by. He says, they say, have you tried making music in 432 Hertz? To me, it sounds so much more peaceful than the standard 440 Hertz. Good for you, man. I'm glad to hear that. I haven't tried it myself. I've heard about the 442 Hertz theory. I've got too much stuff to do before I try that. But I'm glad it brings you peace, bro. Hari says, yeah, budgeting is key here. How to manage money is so important. You don't always have to chase money. Being happy with enough is good, I guess. Yeah, I think that's true, man. I mean, that's very wise. It's almost as wise as this fat beat I'm about to drop. Are you ready? Here we go. Okay, I'm going to take it from the top. And a 1, 2, 3, 4. Record. Once again, it's dropped out. Oh, I get it. I know what's happening now. We have to actually do this. This is a bit more complicated, but we've got to do a utility automation on and off. Okay, utility device on has to only be on for this section over here. On, and then after that section over there, we can turn it off. There we go. Because it keeps on coming back on and dropping. Yeah, that's it. That's what I want. Okay, let's try it again. Gilp2 says, especially for ambient, is dope. Cool. I assume that you're a producer. Gilp, what is your vibe? Do you do ambient music? Do you use Ableton? What brings you here today? Right, now we want this. To recording 4. That second one I didn't like it, so just like this. We're going to start with this length of loop. 2, 3, 4, 2, 2. That's it. And now I don't like the state of the release. I want the release to be lower there, so just cut off suddenly. 1. That's it. Yeah, and then just in time for it to duck under for the sub kick. All right, cool. So we've got a kind of part 2 here. I'm going to go ahead and bounce it to the track. Then we're going to play through the track one more time. It's super cool to see you guys here, man. It's great. Like, I don't really have like 10 people at a time usually, or 5 people at a time. So nice to meet you guys. I already deleted a message. And yeah, Gilp, what is Gilp2? What is your Ableton story? Are you like a Ableton producer? What brings you here today? And Arjun, what are you up to there, man? Are you still busy? Are you still paying attention? What you doing in the background? Hardy says, I've made several ambient tracks in 432, never released. Cool. Let's take it from here. We're going to record from here. Go. 2, 3, 4, 2. There's the bass. That's what I want. I'm actually going to write another part for this. We want something similar to the reference track, which I'm going to play now. You won't be able to hear it, but I can. Okay, so we're going to layer up with another another clap sound. Let's get a nice hard snare and go. That's the one, but not that specific clap. I want a kind of a more aggressive sounding snare, actually. So we're going to look for a clap which sounds like a vintage drum machine. I'm just searching the background here, and I'll move over so you can see what I'm doing. DJ says, I'm observing everything. I'm feeling very noob. Don't worry, man. I've been doing this a while, and I'm quite fast, actually. So I'm searching for a clap here, looking in all results. These are called the Vengeance samples. You might see them around wherever you see the VMH. These are very popular, widely used samples. You can't hear me scrolling through them, but I'm listening while I talk to try and find the exact sound I'm going for. Yeah, so if you see a pack of samples called Vengeance, that's what these are. Oh man, how boring. I'm going to put a big reverb on this thing too, and take my word for it. Gilp says, I also use Ableton, just watch different live streams to this to learn and get inspired from. That's so clever, man. Like, watching different people's streams is just exactly how you learn. I don't do enough of it. This one might work, 117. Unbelievable how many samples there are. Got about another 10 minutes in the stream, and then I'm gonna bring it to an end, but I'm back same time again tomorrow. Still hunting this exact sound I'm going for. Drop the links to some of the other live streams that you watch, Gilp. I'd like to check out what you're inspired by, what you're influenced by. I've heard so many I've got to actually hear again the sample. Okay. I'm trying to find the exact right sample. I'm going to try that one, 127. Let's bring that into the drum kit. It's a nice long loud one, it's an easy target, but I'm going to cut it off. Watch this. So we should have access to that sample now. Let's just bring it down in volume because the Vengeance samples are super loud. That's the one. Now I don't want it so, that's kind of how I want it, yeah. Or we can do a fade out. That's kind of what I'm after. Okay, now we're going to sequence that in so that it's joining the other two. No, wrong one. This one. That's it. Good. Now we can actually take the volume up again because I want it a bit louder. Good. And then I'm actually going to also bring the... I'm feeling like it needs to just be a little less high-pitched and a bit more... not that. No. Audio effects. If you search for standard, you get the standard multi-band compressor, which is what I use for like almost everything. It's great. Cool. And I'm going to just push the highs down a little bit and take the lows and the mids up. So let's take that up 3 and 3. Good. And now we can also just, I want this to kind of really slap. So I'm going to take the volume up to -6. It's also just still a bit low. Yeah. Cool. See, there's a comment. Gilp says, okay, here's some channels I'll watch. Signs of Life and Dash Glitch. Hey, you know what? I know Dash. I'm a mate of his. He's from Cape Town, where I'm from. He's great. He used to work at a music store where I got my stuff. Very cool dude. And yeah, great producer. PATRON deserves the success he's got. That's great, man. Signs of Life. Cool. I'll look out for Signs of Life. Okay, this Visions clap, I'm not getting the love that I want out of it. Seems like it's not triggering. It is triggering. I'm going to just zero the volume here. It's just not popping like I want it to. That's better. So it was the multi-band actually. I've taken it off now. Okay, cool. That's good. Now we're going to just fine-tune this a bit more. And it's actually a bit shorter. Okay, there we go. Cool. Now we got this kind of B section. That's what I'm after. Good. Yeah, cool. Alright, I'm going to start winding this one up now, but it's been pretty much the busiest stream I've had. Nice to chat to you folks. It's really been really quite cool while I get on with this stuff. I do want to add a sort of one little thing. This thing here. I just want to actually add a second sample to this. I don't care. I've been trying to fine-tune this for so long. Let's just grab a clap. It almost doesn't matter. Like when it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. Like it's a good sort of way to look at it. So I'm going to add a clap, but I'm going to add it as a type of That's almost what I'm after there. Okay, so I'm going to add that here, there. Now this should trigger both at the same time. Cool, there's the original one and here's the new one. And it's not triggering because I'm not in the zone. Where's the sample? That is triggering, cool. Why is it not being heard though? Oh, it has been heard. It's just a little bit too much of this crushing there. That's it, yeah. Cool. Okay, so we'll take off Ebony Crush at the point where we at the point where we drop that in. Cool, so here's the idea. The idea now is that we start here at this point. Keeps going. No, actually the idea is that we're now bringing in that stuff from here. So I'll just launch that back and now we can record. Here, 1, 2, currently recording. Yeah, it's got some nice glitchy sounds, which is nice. Let's do another one of those. I'm gonna have to vamp up this beat a little bit though, just to make it more intense. I'll mix it better. Just let it roll a bit. It's quite a cool beat. I mean, the clap's loud, but we'll mix it. We'll mix it as we go. Have faith. And then at that point to stop. 1, 2, 3, 4. Doof. So actually what I want here is a dropout of these kicks and things. There we go. Good. Let's show the automation. So at this point we're going to have a dropout. So I'm doing automation work now. Kind of breaking my rules, but we're going for it. DJ Arjun says, sounds cool. Thanks very much. We'll do some kind of build there. Good, alright. Now you can see the pad is really low. Let's bring the pad up because that's actually adding a lot of life. This one too. Cool. Let's take it from the beginning. I'm going to listen one more time. In fact, I'm going to play out. It's time to go. So I'll just keep this playing while I say goodbye to you guys. Tomorrow, same time, like an hour before now, whatever time that is for you. Be back, be working on this track, and yeah, I've got to give myself about another 8 or 9 days to finish this. I'm going to work on the next one, and then after 10 of these, I'm going to put together the entire pack as a download. Some of them will be free, some will be behind the Patreon paywall, but join in as a free member on Patreon. You'll get the email when the packs start to get released. You can sub the channel too, that's pretty cool. And then yeah, you just keep on showing up to the live streams, man. I'm here every weekday, 2 p.m. So yeah, that's it for now. Been super cool chatting to you guys today. It's super rad to have a bit of traction. The channel's growing a little bit, but yeah, mostly just connecting with you dudes is super rad. So thanks very much. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Cheers for now.